Hey. Yeah, I messed with all of my mesh yesterday because I was getting outside on the TV when we were watching the World Cup games. It kept going into buffering things, and I think I messed things up worse.
That is how it goes sometimes.
Yep. So today, after this, we'll be redoing all of that. Thing. Okie dokie. So, in our last game, you guys had finished your trials in Corex. You claimed the Thunderspear from the Great Tree on top of the city. The Thel's gloves got empowered as he recovered the spear. You all got up to level 14. As the spirits were released, the city began collapsing around the party. Carrick used teleport to get everyone out, bringing them back to Harrow Hall. Once you arrived at the hall, everything was dark, silent, and partially ransacked. You discovered some Drow, who you assume were working as part of the Children of Malice, had broken in, searching for information about the party. Carrick and Felix cleared the upper floor, killing several infiltrators and recovering some coded correspondence. Christopher and Thel fought more enemies in the basement shrine area, while one Drow attempted to flee across the grounds. The fleeing Drow was trapped, damaged, and eventually knocked unconscious by Felix so the party could interrogate him. A sweep of Harrow Hall revealed several dead guards, but the main staff and allies were missing rather than killed. The party discovered Giannis's hidden note explaining that strange activity in the woods had caused the remaining Harrow Hall crew to retreat to the hidden underground cheese fortress, leaving only a skeleton crew behind. You found out from the captors and the note that you had found. They had orders were to search the party stronghold because they believed you had the Thunderspear, or at least the head of it, and the goal was to prevent it from being used either by stealing it or killing you off. After um, that, you also learned that Asarius appears to be one of the major prongs of the coming war attack, with another attack force expected from the east in Yorhas. So there was that. After interrogation, Fel executed the prisoner. You guys buried your fallens while burning the enemy. Uh, the party contacted Yinra, who had reached Hupperduke and said she needed help resolving issues around securing a ballista, that there were issues in these hands. Fel contacted his son with a sending stone. His group's near the Felderwin tillage and that whole region, trying to recruit fighting, but goblinoid raiders are exploiting the chaos and making recruitment harder. The party checked on the underground cheese fortress, found your crew, Felix's parents, Giannis, Swinton, and all that. Swinton and Tiburon had secured the refuge with additional alarms and fallback measures. The party received 3 greater healing potions and a Fey biscuit that creates fog clouds. And then you decided to split up to handle both urgent fronts. Fel and Felix set out towards Felderwin on the now flying Steve the Horse to help with recruitment and protect the southern villages, while Carrick and Christopher teleported to Hupperduke using one of the Wind 'em Up Loud Boys as an anchor and arrived directly in Cleft Tinkertop's shop. So, with that, we have 2 people on, or 2 groups, and we'll start with whoever wants to. Can someone roll a D4 or flip a coin? Roll a D2. One is we'll start with Carrick and Christopher. 2 we'll start with Bell and Felix. Two, Thel and Felix. Okay.
As a D4, I didn't
Oh,
push buttons for a 1.
no,
Oh, yeah.
1, 2 would be you then. So we'll start with Christopher and Carrick. TJ and Jake, you should have access to his character sheet. Since we're doing this, it probably makes more sense for one of you to run him than me. Just don't kill him. This was his only wish. So you, yes, arrive.
We murdered someone and accidentally got you life in prison, but you're not dead.
Let's see. I go to the right place. Um, I've just arrived very loudly in a back workshop of a uh, of Clef Tinkertop who has just come in going, "What?" Blueprints and springs and tools and half-finished inventions are everywhere. Rissa, who you remember, is also startled, and as they see you, they are confused, and then you see Yinra and Chunk poke their head in, and they say, oh. Yinra's like, "You've made it. That was quite the entrance, but I wasn't expecting you so soon. Please give me the new, good, give me some sort of good news." So you guys can stop, explain to them kind of what's going on, and that you're here to help, because whatever this ballista is, it sounds like that is what you guys are looking for to launch this giant spear. Um, and they bring you into the planning room. Um, you see on a map just in the middle, it's kind of a smaller version of your war map that that you guys have in Harrow Hall, but um, yeah, kind of shows movements, shows kind of where everything is. It looks like they were explaining to Clep and Rissa about it. And, uh, they say they look at you and go, "Well, the great thing is we have what we think you need. The bad thing is we don't have it." Clef then is rattling off. He's like, "Oh yes, I did this, this, and this," and he like pulls out blueprints of this giant ballista and is talking to you, and then says, "Now the problem was I couldn't get it to be small enough to just be used by a person. It needs a larger mount." And then they decided to scrap the whole project because I didn't have money anymore. And then Rissa kind of takes over, and that um, uh, explains kind of in less terms, like, yeah, they just have mounted it on top of the city now as protection instead of actually taking it to the front. So that's kind of where Yinra and Chonk are at an impasse of how the hell they'll be able to get this giant thing off of the top of the city and to the war front uh, without, you know, being caught and thrown in prison. So that's kind of the breakdown that you're given by the by the people here and kind of the impasse that they're in. Do you have questions for people?
So is it positioned on an outer wall, or is it in the center of the city? Like, where is it up in?
Yeah. So they bring out a map of the city. Do I have a map of this city? We were here a long time ago. Okay, we only have a map of Lower Hupperduke, but we can use that for now. So this is the lower part of the city, and there's this upper shelf um, up here, or not up here, up here. And then up above from that, there is a third upper shelf, which had um, kind of this forested area. It's where the rich people all are. And if you remember, there was a lake that you guys all made your big boat appear on, and you fished there a long time ago to get food for the drag show. Um, so they say it's there. It's up on that third tier, mounted like around at the top of like these large they're almost like statues of old gods or something. They're just like these humanoid statues that have kind of crumbled in the time, but there's a large wall up there that can overlook the entire valley, and it's up on that. yeah, and you're given more information. The ballista is collapsible, but even as it's collapsed, it's only a very strong person would be able to break it down and collapse it and transport it. But at its full size, it cannot be moved or deployed by a normal small group. You'd need something, akin to the size of a dragon or a siege beast or a major crane operating system in order to actually relocate it while it's, fully uncollapsed. And collapsing it doesn't take a ton of time, but, if you have to take 20 minutes every time you want to move this thing, it's just not great. But looking at Chonk looks at you, Christopher, and says, "You've always been a strong man. I'm sure you can carry it." Um, yeah, it's like, and just gives you a bit more information. It can fire with terrifying force, but it was never truly finished to be as mobile as they wanted it. Um, it's only like it's stable right now on the wall because it can support its weight and all of that. So getting it off the wall creates one problem. The other problem is now that you have it, how are you going to set it up? But it's a trouble for a different day. Clef also just knows, him. It's like, I know that weapon better than anyone. I just didn't have the money or time, and they got curious to help me. I'm sure that I could improve it with some time, tools, and the right materials, um, and that. But I'm not sure that we have that kind of stuff. But I guess the first option is we have to figure out how to get this, steal this thing, or yeah. Yenra says like, yeah, this is sounds like a not an ask for permission type of situation. We just need to take it, but we're still working on that plan and would love any ideas that you guys might have. So,
How much does this weigh again?
um, yeah, Clef goes like, well, in its collapsed state and all of that, I'd probably say around uh, let's do the math. Do the math. Like the main the smaller parts you can kind of disperse amongst people, but the core bars and that all collapse in to be about the size of about as tall as you are, about as wide as you are, would probably be sitting around 400 pounds. And then everything all set up, you're adding the tines and the ropes and the cables, and that probably add another 150 pounds. So doable by someone that's as looks as strong as you.
I literally, my internet cut out for the answer. I I got everything but the actual number.
So the thing is about uh 350 pounds,
Cool.
um undetached. Like you'd have to detach some parts. Not that, then it'd be another 150 pounds with like for everything, but you could disperse the weight across multiple people. But
And
the one core thing is about 350.
what's the limit of the bag of holding? What are how many?
500 pounds.
500 pounds. Okay.
Did we
And
end up putting the
you definitely
spear
have
in
the
there as
spear that's
well?
in there is like 250 pounds. So yeah, it's the bag of holding. Probably one wouldn't be able to fit this thing into the hole that is created by it, and two, uh, would probably exceed it and the spear would exceed the uh, weight limit. So
Are these like can we I don't even remember where we got this, the bag of holding, but are those a
um,
common thing or were we lucky to get it? And these are not.
I mean, you could go this town like you would know that it is a not exceptionally rare magic item, but this city is known for its technology, not its magic. So you could spend a day trying to find another bag of holding. Yenrus is like, I mean, that's a great idea. I mean, that would make our lives a lot easier. But I mean, you can send Chonk or I out to do that, or you guys can try and look for that. And I think we need to create a task list of what we think. Kind of like what we have is um, a list. We need a way to or first we need a way to get up to those walls. We need a way to uh, take distract people enough to take the thing apart. We need a way to um, get everything loaded up and a way to get the hell out of here. Because once it's detached, we're probably going to be hot. And kind of like last time you guys left, where you were running from the the head of the Crown's Guard. So we also have that going for us. I don't know. I haven't looked around too much, but you guys were fugitives when you left here about 8 months ago. So Chonk and I can go out and start looking for a bag of holding. We would just need the funds for it.
Yeah, so let's do them to look for either a bag of holding or if there's even bigger a duffel of holding.
The duffel of holding.
Holding.
Wagon cart of
And
holding.
then
um.
we
Okay.
just
Yeah.
fit we just put the entire city in the wagon cart of holding
Yes.
and transfer.
The building of holding. Yeah. I would say Carrick probably like writes down like this is what we need. Try to find something like and you give that shopping list to the two of them. They will head out on that. While they're
Give
heading
them
out, is there anything that
300 platinum to go off.
you get 3,000 gold pieces?
Yep.
Okay, so they just hold this and go like, I'm sure this will be something. We'll see if we can't find anything. Uh, they head off. Uh, there's that, and then is there anything else that Carrick and while they're off looking for that, Carrick and Christopher want to look for um, plan. So you could go scout the hills. You could, kind of go and see for yourself what this all is, or you
Probably would be wise, yeah, to go scout out what we're looking at, where it is positioned, and what the options
okay.
are.
Perfect. So you guys start heading off to there, and with that, we will switch over to the other group. Um, you guys don't arrive as immediate as the other two did. We need a different map. Different map. This one. This one. This one. You guys have to. You have to spend the night probably. What do we say? Like right around here. Um, and then your next day, flying on your majestic new Steve, you become flying into Felderwin. And what you do notice is that uh, with it being what we say kind of late spring at this point, the fields are tilled and they look seeded, but you don't notice many people out working the fields. And what you do recognize is the very telltale signs of smoke rising from the east, looking down by the river. And it's not, controlled burn. It's not the good kind of smoke. It's not white smoke. It's black smoke. Um, and so you see that, and it's about probably a half an hour away from you, flying on Steve, who is quite gassed at this point, even though he is a big spectral horse. Uh, so, yeah, let's see here. So, you guys are about 20 minutes out. As you get closer, if anyone wants to make a perception check to see if you can see anything notable.
Yes, probably should.
Mm-hmm. Okay. With a 17, you see down there, you see um, a bunch of the fields to the on the east side of the river up in flames, as well as um, it seems like a crew of, you know, goblinoid of some kind. You can't totally tell. Some are small, some are much larger. Half heading towards the east into kind of the hills, and another smaller contingent coming and looking to cross the river to attack what you see as the actual town of Felderwin, which is, you know, a modest sized town, kind of the same size as um, places you haven't been. Uh, Decent sized city, but kind of spread out more like a big, like, parish type place. But yeah, that is what you see. Which way do you want to go? You can kind of try to cut off the people that were heading east, or go to the town to help.
Assuming there will be some amount of guards in a semi-large city, some sort of fighting force that could delay or slow those goblins. I think Bell's thought is not letting, additional, wander further in behind lines where you wouldn't be able to track them down. So I think the ones
Okay.
for the hills.
Yeah, and you would know that your son and one of the crews, um, whether that's the guards or from that, but your son and I think the farm hands were heading down to Felderwin to recruit people here, so they would also have them. So, so yeah, so you guys go to cut off um, people. Let's see. Um, I guess what is your goal here? Are you trying to track them and see where they're going, or um, fight them and
Yeah, I
stop
mean, this
them?
is like a forward raiding party, right? So it's eliminate forces behind our line kind of situation
Mhm.
is what
So
Bell's thinking.
yeah, okay. So you're
Bell's
thinking,
also
yeah.
incredibly triggered by this type of force who killed his family. So
Okay, perfect. So it's go and cut these people down and maybe find something out from them, not do your own recon. Um, okay, with that, in order to catch up to them, so you're kind of coming to like right around here. Uh, like I said, Steve is doing a little rough. Haven't really gotten to take a break ever since you kind of saw that smoke. Can you make a Constitution check for Steve to see how fast he gets you there with his Pegasus stats?
yeah, I was gonna say the other question is, if I have in my still the warhorse.
Oh, yeah. 1 second. Uh, his Constitution is +3.
Okay, so +2.
Steve's doing just fine. He's not ripping through uh, this guy, but he is keeping up to where you guys can keep him in sight with that previous 17 perception check. You do see them kind of stop to take a small break, and that's where you're able to catch up. Would you like to get in front of them and attack? Wait for them to large into you, or sneak up behind them, or be death from above and just shoot at them?
I don't know if Shell has anything to shoot.
I have a crossbow, but be
I think we get in front of them and just cut them off at the
Okay.
pass.
Okay. So, you keep pushing on past them and land kind of like right in the start of these hills over here. Which none of this is to scale because I don't think you just went 16 miles. But yeah, so you land and you see you have to like quickly like figure out where they would be going from here. But actually, as you're going over them, make a stealth check with disadvantage as you're on a. What color is Steve?
Oh, he's like white, probably. Like he's a yeah,
He's a Pegasus looking ass Pegasus.
yeah.
Okay.
So is that Steve making a stealth check?
At that point, yes, I think it's Steve making a stealth check.
All right, thank goodness. Let's see what Steve's stealth is.
3 and 6. Here, 1 second. Let me get Steve actually added to. We want this guy to go to the 5 guys. Old Steve the horse. You are deleted. Goodbye, Steve the horse. Pegasus. You are now. Edit. You are now Steve the Pegasus. It's in everybody's journal. It can only be controlled by TJ. Save. Okay, you should be able to open him up now.
Yeah.
He is much stronger than Steve the horse. He's got 59 hit points.
Fair amount of hit points.
Just land
Okay,
Steve
yeah,
on top
roll.
of them.
Mhm.
So you could just land Steve on top of them.
Just drop Steve out of the sky as a bomb.
I mean, just just as he's coming down, just kind of
Where does stealth come from? There.
stomp,
It's just a 4th level
stomp
spell.
in the sky.
Okay. Steve isn't very sneaky. Steve rolled a natural 1 on his stealth.
Yeah.
To be fair, it is a
So-
horse flying through the sky. I don't know what we were expecting.
We will make a perception check for the raiding party. I think with a 19, no matter what their bonus or modifier is, they see, and as they see this going over and see the 2 of you on there, they're going to take 3 disadvantaged longbow shots at you because you're outside of normal range. All aiming for Steve. Does a 15 hit Steve?
Armor class 12. Although, if I steal armor, I put that over.
Let's see, I can look. Steve's AC is 12. So, yeah, so
Okay.
that would all hit. Steve takes a total of 9 plus 8 is 17 points of damage as 3 arrows chunk into him, and he kind of sputters as you're trying to sneak over and land in front of them. Do you continue on your way, or do you change tactics? We'll say you continue on your way then, or are you gonna dive bomb Steve into these goblinoids?
Now that we're closer, what's like? Do we have a head count of how many there are, or?
Yeah, make another perception check, both of you. Yeah, looking down, you see about 3 smaller goblins, about 2 larger guys, and then it seems like there's 3 of these well armored. You like with the 17, you would know they have they look more humanoid and elvish, like somewhere between an orc and a goblin. You would know these as hobgoblins. So probably about 8, or what's it? I said 3, 3, and 2. So yeah, 8 of these people or of these guys coming down there. This
How high up are we off the ground?
let's say 100 and
Okay, that's too high.
150 feet.
Yeah, we're way too high. Okay. I say we just kind of dive bomb them.
Yeah, dive down.
Okay, so they are on the move now. Need to finish this map real quick. We'll add him. The one thing you would notice with that 17 is that there is definitely one in that is the boss, like of the 3 hobgoblins. There is one wearing plate armor. Other 2 in like some half plate, and then the goblins and the bugbears, what they are, big hairier dudes. They are like your most basic ass, like gerblins.
So we said you said there were 3 goblins.
3 goblins. 3 of these
3
hobgoblins that look like they're definitely in charge. One of them being
hobgoblins.
in full plate,
And then
and
how many
2
bugbears?
bugbears.
2 bugbears. Okay, cool. Not bug bars, bugbears.
Bugbear.
Yeah.
Um,
So should we? Do you want to just like dive bomb the hobgoblins?
what's this guy?
Yeah, probably go at the stronger ones, and Cell's gonna target the leader.
There is one large bugbear. The other one looks normal. Or I guess looking at them, there's one that's obviously looking stronger than the other. And I will move you all to this map. Doot 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 doot. Doot 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 doot. So there's kind of like some. It's mostly like this is kind of the end of the farmland because it's getting to hills, so it's getting a little bit more like foresty over here, foresty over here. And definitely things are sloping upwards. So you guys were a little bit in front. You see that the 3 goblins and the 2 bugbears are putting away they're looking to re-string their bows as you guys are moving around, but you guys kind of have the first go here, and we'll roll initiative after that.
I would, before we dive bomb, I'd love to Eldritch Blast the 3 guys in the front. From
One on
the
each?
backup Steve. Yeah.
Guys in the front. So 1 on each. Yeah, go ahead and
1, 2, 3.
okay. Which one on which?
Just in order. So 10, 20, 24. I don't know
Okay.
which one's which, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So top to bottom, we'll just do.
1 force damage. This is ridiculous.
You need to take that agonizing blast.
Yeah, but I need that. I needed the what's it called?
It's one of your eldritch things. So the first one flies right. The second one, doing 1 point of force damage, kind of makes sense as it's against the biggest, beefiest dude. But you do notice it like cracks his helmet, and he looks and just takes his helmet off. See this long, flowing black hair, and then just it points at you, and and does a finger across his neck, and then the last one takes the hit, and it looks like this one actually not really injures it, but it definitely is noticed. You can tell there's a definitive difference in the stature of the guy in the front versus the other two. So, with that, let's roll some initiative. Or what do you want to do? You get one thing before the dive bomb as well. Is there anything you want to do? And you can do it like right as you're getting there as well. So
Yeah, I'm gonna
you are
target the guy in the very back and throw my javelin through the whole group with the lightning.
okay. Yeah, so you're like throwing this right as you're gonna hit because you just to get that angle. So throw it through to that guy. And yeah, roll an attack roll on that. 13. Will a 13 hit a Gerblin? No. Oh wait. It has its bow out. A 13 will exactly hit the goblin because it doesn't have its shield out. Because it has its bow. So the goblin in the back immediately is speared through the chest and dead. And now you want to use the javelin other property on all of the other people. So that
I don't think the 2 that are wide in the back will get hit, but everybody else.
I think it's
5 feet.
I think yeah. So this guy's dead. So it'll hit those 5 people if you angle it perfectly. Yep. Okay. So we need dexterity saving throws for. That's going to be a fail on Bugbear 1, a fail on Bugbear 2, and the Warlord count. The Warlord dives out of the way. The guy in the front. Or let's just make sure. What's his? Yeah, he does. The hobgoblin captain also dives out of the way. And the other hobgoblin does not. So roll that damage. Okay, 16 points of damage to everyone. Not everyone. To him.
8. Yeah, 8. Save.
Yep. Oops. -8 and -16. Oops. Okay, that did quite a bit of damage to start with. And now Steve is going to ram into the ground at full speed. Let's do this. With Steve's side, he can run into 2 of the people. Who's he ramming into, and what are you doing as he's ramming into these people?
I'm jumping off.
Yeah,
Steve.
jump in a tuck and roll situation, I guess.
Yes. I will say both of you make athletics or acrobatics checks to see how you land. Thel, you are doing it with disadvantage because you had to wait for the last second to throw your spear in the correct angle. Yep, that sounds more like it. Okay, so Felix,
Thel twisted through the spear perfectly, but is just gonna land flat on his back, like full
yep,
horse
so
speed.
Felix, you can place yourself anywhere you want. Fel, I will be placing you where I want.
All right.
I'm just gonna say like here.
Okay, you're doing that. Fel, you roll to not there, about here, just right in the gank zone. And Steve, does Steve try to like trample through them, or is he just full like puck wings and be a cannonball?
Yeah, he doesn't know how to do anything acrobatic. He's just turned into a Pegasus. He's still a horse in his head, so he just trampling.
Okay, so these two are going to roll dexterity saving throws. So they will take an amount of damage or half as much on a save. They both are going to fail. Okay, so let's see. A horse moving at full dash speed, so 180 feet. It's moving at 20 miles per hour. Weighing, what does a warhorse weigh? About 1,000 pounds. That is a big fucking horse.
A half-ton horse barreling at you at 20 miles an hour sounds scary as hell.
I'm baffled that
Yep.
this thing can get off the ground. How does it fly?
Yeah, we're gonna say this is a light warhorse, so because it flies, which would be 18 to 1,000 pounds, or 800 to 1,000 pounds. We'll just say 1,000 pounds.
He's a trim 800.
A trim 800. Yes, a death tier, a heavy warhorse was 1,300 to 1,700. They were rare and expensive. Anyways,
I do kind of like the idea that Steve was my warhorse, but then just sprouted wings and it's now a Pegasus. It's pretty much the same horse.
I am going to rule this as what am I going to rule this as? What's his normal stomp damage? And we'll multiply it by something.
He has a hooves attack
That's 2d6 plus 4.
Yeah.
So we'll say that this is 5d12 worth of damage. But he also takes the 5d12 of damage. So
But he's spectral, so you can like make him come back in the future, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, it just costs a 4th level spell slot.
Yeah, that's fine. 34. Damn.
34 damage. Amazingly, even after that 18 that he took from the arrows, Steve is still alive, but lying down on the ground right next to you, Fel. Minus 34. Which 2 did you want to hit? Of these
There we go.
of these guys here.
I mean, I'm thinking Thel's like cut off the head of the snake. Like he was just barreling towards the leaders, so that's probably where he was aiming. Whether that's what Thel what he hits or not.
Yeah, what I'll say is he can either hit the top one in the leader or the bottom one in the leader.
The top one.
Okay. So as your horse is here on the ground, this guy is knocked prone after taking 34 damage, baffled by the fact that a horse just hit him so hard. This guy, you hear a crunching of skull as the rocketing horse's hoof goes straight through his face. And that is what trips up Steve, is that he lands with a hobgoblin's face all the way through his leg as this guy is dead. So we'll mark him as dead. Very good initial salvo.
Hell yeah, that rules.
That is actually a move that a lot of people do with druids, because druids can turn into an earth elemental, and earth elementals have like 90 hit points, so they just take them up into the sky and drop them through boats. And you take no damage, because the only damage you take as a druid when you're wild shaped is anything that goes over the HP of the monster that you were. So, okay, now let's roll initiative. Gerblin, what do you get?
Is Steve also prone?
Steve doesn't need to roll. Steve just goes on
On TJ,
on TJ's turn.
He had an initiative button, so I clicked it.
This guy got a 4. This guy got a 19. This guy gets a 8. This guy gets a 5. This guy gets 8. Ooh, man, they rolled like dog shit. Oh, man. He gets a +2, so he's a 10. Sort. Pegasus, you can go here. Okay. First up is Felix. As you stand there, I'll say that this front guy is prone, so ranged attacks do have disadvantage on him, but stabbing him would have advantage. So You have that, but you have all these other guys on the field that look completely surprised by what just happened.
Not today, but maybe tomorrow. Why? Because I'm busy right now, Celia. But tomorrow, if it's not raining out, we'll go to the pool tomorrow after school.
Wait, it's raining today?
No, I'm busy. But if it's not raining, Ramona or Celia, Jesus Christ, we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to come here, and I'm going to just advantage attack with my sword.
Okay, stab this fool.
So 17.
A 17 on that guy will hit.
Cool. And I get sneak attack, right? Because he's
Yep.
prone. Yes.
Okay. Did you update your sneak attack to be correct? Didn't we say you were?
What do we have? 5d6.
Yeah.
I think is correct.
I think that's what you're supposed to have.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay.
Is there any way before I kill him, if he is going to die, I'd like to not kill him. I'd like to keep him alive, but
Yeah, this is not going to kill him. So
okay, cool. Good. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But he is this guy you see was very hardy. You broke his helmet, a horse hit him, and then you just have come up and through one of the slits in what looked to be pretty like well-made black plate mail. His shield is on his back. You just kind of find this and you just stab it in through, and he is looking not good. Well bloodied. Like you don't think he could survive another hit like that. But yes, if you want to keep people alive, just tell me that you want non-lethal damage. Okay. Any other movement you want to take?
No, I'll just stay right here.
Stay right there in front of them. Okay. Next up is this goblin who is going to 100% run. 5. He runs into the trees and takes the hide action. Is too scared to even do that, and you just see him like hiding behind like sapling. That's him. Bell, that's you. You're prone, so you have to spend half your movement to get up. But what do you do after that?
Okay. The pair that's this way of which one's the leader? Which the bear?
So the regular dude is the one on the bottom. The other guy is fucking huge.
Okay, and that is that like the leader that's right on the bottom?
So let's see.
Who appears
This
to be in
guy,
charge? That guy
this
appears to
guy.
be in charge. Okay, all right. Never mind.
These guys look to be more muscle.
Got it.
It's
Okay.
kind of like you had your range, your commanders, your bow guys, and your bruisers, your muscle.
Yeah, I'm going to do my cone of. I'm gonna make it fire damage out of.
Okay.
So DC 16 or take 4d6 fire damage.
Against into which direction?
It is a 30-foot cone.
You would definitely have to move to not hit Steve with this. You'd probably have to rock around, probably just one down. You could figure it out to hit and that would be able to hit all three of those dudes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, roll your 4d6.
Okay. There.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 64, not 46. Oh,
I was gonna say. I thought I was like, it's gonna be 15. Watch.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, what are the odds of rolling 15 both ways, one after the
I don't know.
other?
I was always bad at probability math. That guy gets a +2. So the big guy saves, the little guy saves, and it doesn't matter if this guy saves, he's dead no matter what. So these guys each take 15, 8 minus 8, and -8. Okay. That brings
and
it to Steve's turn, who's laying on
that
the
was
ground.
that's yeah. So when I take an attack, I can do that. So I should have one more attack still,
Okay, you
just
have one more
regular.
attack. Yeah. You cleave this guy in two. This is not what they were expecting from this day.
Yeah.
Now it will be your horse's turn.
Yeah.
Which to the guy right behind him.
Yeah.
Okay, roll damage as your horse is trying 15 fucking bludgeoning damage.
We're level 15.
2d6 plus 4. So we rolled a
14.
damn. He rolled a 5 and a 6 and a 4, or a 5 and a 6 on his dice, and then got a 4. Okay, well that's a lot more damage than I thought the horse would do. What kind of happens is it's as Steve gets up, it's trying to like get the hobgoblin that's stuck on its leg off, and just like plows through as it turns around and just throws this dead hobgoblin off into this guy. So it like first he gets bludgeoned by a hoof, and then a heavily armored guy like the pauldron just like cracks him in the head. Is he also doesn't look good. Anything else Steve wants to do?
No. So
Steve is now standing up and doing that. But having taken this hit, the Bugbear Bruiser is going to uh, uh, turn around to Steve and take out this great axe and swing down on it as hard as he can. He makes 2 attacks. A 5 plus 6 and 11 is not going to hit Steve. Steve's AC is 12, right? That's what we said.
Yep.
A 7 plus 6 is a 13 and will hit. That does 2d12 plus 4. That's a 1, 8. But 8 plus 4 is Steve poofs into non-existence.
Oh, shuck. Thanks, Steve.
He doesn't even get next. He literally just poofs.
Yeah.
Okay. That brings it to the Hobgoblin Warlord, who, after just taking all these hits, is going to stand up and attack at. Well, let's see, there's one other thing. Leadership. He's not even going to bother taking his shield out. That's on his back. He is going to two-handed attack you with this sword that this gnarled looking black long sword Jesus Christ. That's a 13 hit?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Does a 15 hit?
No. Almost. No.
Okay.
That felt like that
One
old
last
commercial, the
try.
insurance commercial where the guy's got like the dollar on the fish. Almost got it.
Does a 16 hit?
Yeah, 16 hits.
Holy shit. He rolled a 4, a 6, and a 7. Okay, so that is 1d10 plus 3 plus 46. You take, geez, Maurice, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points of damage. As you like dog weave across these two, and the last one he's just able to catch you like on the outside of the clavicle. So not like a huge hit. This guy gets +9 to hit and hits you once with an AC of 16. Ugh. Anyways, that bugbear's dead. This hobgoblin captain is going to loop around to flank you and is going to take his let's see, 2 great sword attacks. Let's see if he can do any better, because at least he gets advantage. Yes, that's going to hit. And then he rolls 2 fucking 3s. Okay, so you take 1 more hit from this guy. This guy is 3d6 plus 2 more d6. Much better. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 points of damage as
I'm gonna uncanny dodge that one.
you'll uncanny dodge, so take 12. Uh, like the uncanny part of this is, and it's why the last attack from the or as you take that to the clavicle, and then your uncanny dodge is kind of like grabbing that as this other guy hits you in the leg, but then as he comes to like sweep at your head, you kind of bend over, grabbing your clavicle, and it doesn't hit where you would have been vitally wounded. So that's his turn. Gerblin is dead. Felix, that's back to you. You are surrounded.
Okay. I'm just gonna. Well. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing at the. I'll swing at the new guy that came around. Actually.
New guy. Okay, you don't have um
Wait.
advantage.
Do I still have advantage on the other guy?
No, everyone's standing up now.
Okay. Got it. Just want to make sure.
So you would have to. Yeah, there's no real way for you to get sneak attack in this situation.
That's fine.
Yep. You stab through. So the new guy. You stab through
Yeah,
this guy.
let's do the new guy.
Okay. He looks like he is on his last leg. Is barely surviving there. But with that, because you attacked you on your mobile feed, you can disengage and
Yep. I'm gonna
move.
just come like way over here. I don't know how much room we have. So I'm like 30 feet away from where I was.
Okay. You can move up to 40.
That's fine. I'm good. Well, I'll just go here. Yeah, right here.
Okay. Gerblin, dead. Fell, it is your turn. You see your friend kind of being hounded by these two these two hobgoblin captain type people, but you also have this big bruiser of a bugbear in front of you.
Yeah, I'll kind of sidestep and the bugbear.
Okay. 26 is definitely going to hit. 13, 14, 15, 16 points of damage to him. He is looking rough, but not too bad.
Okay.
31, I think, hits. That's 15, 25. He is no longer looking good. He is looking dead.
Nailed it.
Killed him. You slice off first. That first one lops off an arm. The second one, like it just goes where that arm was lopped off. You just kind of like stick your sword all the way straight through him, and he is dead. Which then brings it to the warlord's turn, who shit. After seeing this like unhurt um guy just murder this giant bugbear, he's going to make a basically see if he's going to run away. On a nat 20, he is not going to run away. He is going to turn to size up to you, take his 3 longsword attacks. So that is 22 hit.
Barely, but yes.
The 19 doesn't hit, but a 23 will hit.
Yep.
So you take 2d10 plus 46. D10s. I can never find you. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points of damage to you plus 3. So 15, 18 points of damage as his sword rakes across you twice. And he's standing there and spits. He's like, oh, you're ruining our plans. Who the fuck are you? And spits at you. Bugbear Bruiser's dead. That will bring it to the Hobgoblin Captain. He's going to do the same roll to see if he flees. He also got a nat 20. What a waste of a nat 20. He's going to run after you, Felix, and attack you. Like, lethal world. He will roll attacks. That is a 7 plus 4 is 11. He gets an 11 and a 15, so he doesn't hit you with either of his attacks. And that brings it to your turn, Felix.
Okie dokie.
Can you kill this man? Or are you?
I'm going to back up, and I'm going to Eldritch Blast this guy 3 times.
Okay. Do you take the bonus action disengage?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, roll your 3 attacks.
This is not the captain, right?
No, this is not the captain. Well, technically,
Shut-
he is a captain, but he's not the captain of this group.
He's not the leader.
Yeah, he's not the leader.
Okay.
Yeah. The first one hits him, and you see his neck kind of crack, and then as the second one kind of like comes from the other side, it whips his neck back the other way as it uh completely like spins his head 90 degrees, and the only reason that the third one missed was because he was fallen on the ground dead. that leaves Fel and the Hobgoblin Warlord. Do you think you would have yelled Felix to keep him alive?
Yeah, I think we want him alive.
Yeah.
Just to question him and what they were doing.
Yeah, I feel like that is a needed thing for Fel because Fel is probably haunted by this type of thing happening.
Raiding party, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll let Fel, you can play it how you want, but you have been told.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely try and knock him out here.
Okay. So non-lethal damage.
I
12,
was gonna
16.
push that if I crit rolled that I just kill him, but
Let's see. So that's 12, 15, 19. He is still up, but looking very 12. How much did I say? 16, 19. He is looking very bad. I will say this. He currently has 7 hit points. If you do more than double his current hit points, he is going to die. So using your sword may not be the best idea here.
Unarmed strike. Unarmed strike.
Namely because like you can control the slashing damage, you can't really control the cold and radiant damage that's happening.
the things
to
that
this
just
guy.
explode out of my sword as I hit people.
Yeah, you can't really. It's kind of like I think non-lethal attacks with magic shouldn't exist.
Yeah, I'll just punch him. Or just strength roll.
Yeah.
Oof.
I like how magic has
No, it
stricter
wouldn't be a
rules.
strength roll. It's an unarmed attack.
Why is that not part of the sheet?
Why is it not part of the sheet by default?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
That's dumb. Unarmed strike, 5e. D20 plus strength modifier plus proficiency bonus.
20 plus strength.
So everyone's
Fire plus
proficient in
proficiency.
punching.
So just plus 5.
All martial classes are.
Oh, okay, because it's martial. Got it.
Plus 5 to that. So it's that was a D20 plus 6 plus my proficiency bonus of 5. So just 16 then.
Hold on. Your strength is not 22 anymore, by the way. Your strength is because your Titanstone Knuckles leveled up. Your strength is now 26. So that would be plus 6, 7, 8. So that would be
13
13 plus
5.
5.
So 8.
Just misses. Oh, wait. Nope. It hits. Because he doesn't have a shield out. So, and then it does your 1 plus your strength modifier. So it does 9 points of damage as you punch this guy in the face, rock his dome, and he is unconscious. But we will mark him with.
I'm coming over.
What
coming
is.
over.
We're just going to mark him as manacled, and he's got a lightning helix on him. Oh, and there's a dizzy head. Okay. So this combat, that guy is gone forever.
Yeah,
He
that's
is.
I completely forgot about him.
Yes,
He was just hiding behind shrubbery, you said.
Yes, he is still hiding behind the shrubbery, thinking no one can see him.
Yeah, so, Fel could see him.
I think
Yes.
Fel or Felix just yells,
So
it's time to scram him.
No, yeah,
Fine.
Thel will 100% run anybody down in this situation, so he dashes over.
Oh,
I don't
no.
have an attack, so
I'm just gonna intimidate him and make him pee his pants.
yeah. Does he try and run? Do I get a?
This guy lays down on the ground and just
Oh no.
starts crying. Just
This is a weird crossroads
You're,
of
you're a
events.
paladin, bro.
I know, but a raiding party murdered Thel's family also like this behind lines, and so
and he has the oath of vengeance.
Oh man, this guy's toast.
He's not groveling. He's just laying down. He's like, bad luck for Squink today. And just like slowly like lays down, and then but then feels he's like okay, and he puts his little shield out and his little dagger. Have at thee. Yeah. So do what you want to this poor little dude.
Catharsis, right? Here.
obviously, yeah, Thel dashed over in that rage of anger, but I do think he ties him up and drags him back. He will be taking him to town for I don't know whatever the town folk decide to do with goblins who are invading, but
Okay. He is also, we'll just say he is manacled. There. Okay. Now the battle is complete. Thank you for reminding me that there was just a goblin sitting in the woods. I meant to make him run away completely off the map, but since you noticed that I didn't, he is now also captive. Yeah, so your Titan Stone Knuckles one, it's you're up to 26. And also when you are enlarged, this happens.
Oh, did I miss that? Did Thel enlarge himself?
No, but
no.
I was just saying, since his Knuckles exalted when he grabbed Cord's spear, he now has these other things when he enlarges.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Or
That's
reduce,
sick.
I guess. I don't think you can actually reduce with these Knuckles. I don't know why it says that. I guess it says it casts enlarge reduce, but that doesn't make sense to me that you can reduce yourself. You punch your knuckles together and suddenly become 3 feet tall.
Yeah, no, not Ant-Man. Well, I just the big way
Depends
of
on if you have
Ant-Man.
your thumbs up or your pinkies up.
Okay. Well, with that, we will pause here while you guys think about what you want to ask this guy, and we'll return to Hupperduke. Let me go to the bathroom real quick, and then we'll start that. Good job. They did a bit more damage than I thought they were going to after that opening absolute demolishing of them. Now I have something I have to prepare for every time.
I was changing a diaper when you were talking about the weight of war horses, and there's a super interesting connections from the 70s about when they invented stirrups and started jousting. They just started flipping horses over, like you're trying to. Yeah, there's like a whole thing on like the development of history on trying to joust people, but it created giant ass horses, and then they had to joust people, and then they needed a whole feudal system to feed these giant ass horses. And I was wondering if I wanted to have my mic on, if I accidentally unmuted and you heard my baby pooping as I was telling you the story about giant war horses. So you're welcome. I waited till now that you didn't hear this whole TED talk on war horses while little shit sounds were happening.
So horses created the feudal system and in turn capitalism.
Like straight up, yeah.
Ooh, fucking back. TJ, when's Theo's birthday?
His birthday is August 31st.
Okay, August 31st. I know it's summertime. I couldn't remember if it's beginning of summer or end of summer.
Yeah, it's right at the end.
I made beef and broccoli earlier this week. It is so
Yeah,
good.
That sounds good. That sounds real good. I think we might make that this week.
Do you have a recipe for it? I can send you the one I did. It was like
I always look up a new one. I don't think I've ever used the same one more than once.
this one. I don't think I'm going anywhere else after this one. It was so easy. And after it sat for a day in the fridge, it was even better.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, send me the recipe you used.
Yeah, I'll send you the rest. I'll have to do it in pictures because it's on a paid app. Unless you have a Provecho account.
No idea what that even is. Never even heard of that.
Yeah, one of those things that I signed up for and then forgot that I was signed up for it. But it's just like a ton of home chefs posting their food. So if you just find someone that you like, you can get it pretty easy.
Is this beef and broccoli or cheese and broccoli?
Beef and broccoli.
Nice. Gonna need that too.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a couple of pictures.
Because both of those are delicious, but very different. The cheese broccoli, cheddar broccoli
Yeah.
stew. It's just basically a soup that's nacho cheese with green.
It says to serve it over white rice, but I pan-fried noodles instead. Okay. Yeah, we ate that leftovers and watched Scream last night.
Oh yeah.
Which one?
The requel.
I've been meaning to rewatch The Mummy. It's been on my list of like I want to watch this movie. I actively want to watch this movie, and we just haven't gotten around to it.
Is it on anything?
I think you can get it on HBO, but I bought the Blu-ray
Oh, you have the Blu-ray,
because physical media fucking rules.
and it's going away by the day.
Yeah, so I'm buying what I can when I can.
Yeah.
Got a Plex server if anybody wants. Yeah, all that on the link.
I've been meaning
Yeah, I
to
have
get
a
one, but I've just been lazy.
I have a podcast. Well, Plex just did some weird changes to their pricing, but yeah, Jellyfin is like the open source same thing, and I've got a podcast I listen to. The guy's been doing that.
Is he moving to Jellyfin?
He's on Jellyfin. He started on Jellyfin.
I heard, like I think the Plex premium is going up from like $200 lifetime to like $700 for.
Yeah, the price jump was wild.
But it's lifetime. And I got it in like $100, 100 something. So
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you
it's
got
one of those things that if you got in early, you're probably fine. But
yeah.
There are times it's funny that we'll be looking to stream something, and then like it just dawns on us like we own this movie. Why are we going through 5 different platforms?
It's really more annoying than anything else because you're like, we
well, I
watched,
always so the Google TV app on my phone, I'm able to connect or say I have all of these services, and then when I search, it'll tell me which one it's on. So I just do that on my phone. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched Beaches a couple weeks ago. It was on Disney, and we were like, "Where the hell is this movie streaming?" I was like, "Is that on Hulu?" So we looked out on Hulu. I was like, "It is on Hulu, but the Hulu app on the Apple TV isn't working. Don't know why." Like, what the hell? So I just I was like, "Fuck it!" I just connected my phone to the Apple TV and streamed it from my phone. It's just like this is so annoying.
Yeah.
But we don't own the DVD, so
Yeah.
maybe we should.
There's been a time that we have didn't want to like get up to go turn on the PlayStation, eject a disc. I'd first have to see if I was actually had saved or whatever game was in there, figure that out. So I'm like, it is $3 on Amazon. We're just renting it for the night. That is the laziest I think I've ever been.
Yeah, that's pretty lazy.
We would do that sort of thing and still like go through the process of making manual popcorn, like not even microwave popcorn. Like we're gonna be lazy, but we need good popcorn. So yeah, just absolute
I'm gonna
nonsense.
melt some butter. I'm gonna spend an hour to make this good popcorn. Oh, someone wants kettle corn? Okay, I'll melt some caramel. But the moment it comes to technology, what's the laziest way I can be? Oh, I did one other thing before we start back up. I told Jake this, but Fox 13, the local Fox affiliate, has a dispute with DirecTV right now in Salt Lake. So any bar that uses DirecTV, which is pretty much all bars, cannot show the World Cup games in English. They have to go through Telemundo, and it is awesome because everyone is confused and
Hey, if any
and they
goals are
just
scored, though, I bet everyone's way more hyped because those announcers.
the guy I was there for one of the games. It wasn't the Mexico game. We watched that at home, but it was for the Canada Bosnia Herzegovina game, and I was just sitting there. I was working. I was working from the bar, and a goal happened, and the guy yelled so loud for so long. It's fun. Watch a lot of soccer now. Let's go
August
USA.
into it.
August is way into competitive soccer right
Yeah,
now.
that's awesome. Yeah,
So
it's fun.
he'll sit a full game, like 3/4 of a game, he's good for. Much better than his friend, because his friend came over to watch it, and while I was working, we watched in the backyard, and that other friend just was like, "Can we just go play soccer now?" I'm like, "Well, your coach asked you to try to watch part of a game and bring back 3 notes, and you get a rewarded about what you noticed in the game." So, yeah, I've had to learn a lot about soccer. He chose the one sport that I had like this much knowledge of. So, anyways,
I definitely understand the strategy of soccer better than I used to. I still don't understand the you're damn near edging when the ball crosses midfield because 99% of the time the team doesn't score. So I don't know why everybody gets so excited, especially when you're at the stadium. If you're ever at an RSL game, it's like, oh, the ball is within 30 yards of the goal. We better start getting. I'm like, they're not going to score,
the
guys.
ball's in the defensive third. It's getting excited.
They're not going to score, guys. I've seen this game before watching soccer. It happens a couple times a game.
It is very weird in that is like you think that a shot is so open, but the players have played long enough and know that like the pass to the inside gives you like a 5% increase, and that 5% increase of goal chance is astronomical. So you're like, why don't they shoot? And like they can get a better shot if they wait.
Yep.
And then youth soccer is which kids are the fastest.
Early youth soccer is which kids can run and not trip over their own feet, and then it becomes who's the fastest as they get a little older, stop falling down all the time.
Yeah,
I think it goes youngest, which is like 3 or 4, is like who's actually interested in playing at all.
Yeah.
Who's off picking the dandelions in one corner of the field.
5 to 6 is definitely like who's the fastest, and then or who's the most coordinated, and then like 7 up, you start getting like who's the fastest.
And
until
actual
like 10, 11 is probably when who's showing some actual skills.
Yes, I would say so. In this comp soccer that he's in, like even just between what U9 was last year, U10 is this year. Like there are kids, and luckily August is one of these that can actually see what's going on the field and like knows like when to pass and do that. But there is the problem if you have like 4 of your players on your team that know that, and then there's the other 3 that you just have like this perfect pass for someone to run up to, and they were just standing there. And August gets so frustrated.
You can see the
He wants to
geometry
be a
of the angle and the speed, and but the
Yeah,
other player doesn't. Yeah.
he wants to be a distributing midfielder and do that because he doesn't want to be a ball hog. And then he played with some kids like on the higher team than him, and they were running for his passes, and it made him very happy. It's like I felt a lot more useful.
My brother's oldest plays hockey, and he's 7. He's playing in the like 9U group because like I don't know, hockey's not a huge sport, so you just get the people that really want to play are all playing, but it's not like you have a bunch of 8-year-olds that are trumped. I don't know why they chose hockey. I'm like, that's a weird.
Pee-wee
choice.
hockey is
Expensive.
Yeah. My
Every other
my
weekend,
friends
like,
all played
why
it
are you at a
growing up.
why are you at a fucking tournament, dude? This kid's 8. Like these are 8-year-olds. Like what are you doing? I don't know.
Ice
Whatever.
time so expensive. Nice thing about soccer, you just play in a field. Except for I do have to buy it's new uniform season, so we do have to buy about $200 worth of soccer kit stuff. At least they look really nice.
I would hope so.
Yeah. They're pretty good. Okay. So Yinra and Chonk are out looking for some sort of item of holding. What Clef and his daughter are kind of like solidifying plans of like what they might need to make the improvements, and they could probably go and buy that stuff. It's a level of money at this point. It's like they could probably get things, but everything's super expensive because of the war effort. So they make a list, and probably for the improvements that actually I'll let you guys decide. Because I actually have notes for the improvements that could happen. Where is it? There it is. So you've kind of given. It's been designed to shoot an oversized bolt several miles. It's built around compact gnomish force multiplication because they're small people. They need to know how to like that's engineers to use their essentially physics to make it shoot better than something that's just large. Like I said, it has a collapsible major components, the firing frame, central rail, a power core, which helps for actually like we said, like it's not just cranking, it's doing a lot of that manual labor that you would need, large things to do. It's very finicky once it's fully loaded because of the amount of tension in that, and its recoil system is wild, which is why like it needs to be mounted on something incredibly solid or incredibly strong. So like a normal siege engine would probably fall over. It would need something like they said, like a dragon would um would be that. So he says,
I'm
there's
find one.
just find a dragon to.
Yep.
You do know where one dragon is.
Well, then we
I know where
stick with me. Then we mount the
blind
ballista
dragon is.
on the dragon, and then we fire it mobilely from the dragon.
This is the
Um,
whole
we
lesson
go
of
find
heavy
them
war
first.
sources too. You really apropos on this how
We
heavy is
wanna
the
tr-
warehouse and the physics of a launching instrument.
So, roll a. No, there's no reason you guys wouldn't know this already. You do know that from all the notes in that one of the reasons that the Drow and the Children Malice had attacked Asarius was to get the Horizon back tortoises as siege weaponry. And someone make a nature check. One of the two people that are there, Carrick or Christopher. As you're thinking this, as they're giving you kind of the rundown. Both of you guys can roll. So um,
Eric.
10. So with a 13, all that you kind of remember, and you don't have your encyclopedias because Thel has them, to look up what a horizon back tortoise might be, and well, actually, let's roll for Clef wouldn't know for sure, but let's roll for his daughter, Rissa. Rissa has no clue what you're talking about. But what you would know about a horizon back tortoise is that essentially they are these creatures that they think live in the swampier areas of Jorhas that have been used as kind of like mobile uh, mobile homes or mobile like dwelling units for smaller folk like goblins or gnomes or things like that have lived in these marshy lands where they kind of like build tent cities on top of them, but you have no clue how big and strong they actually are because we're talking like very small uh like communities that might live on these. But you do have the information that uh in Asarius they wanted mainly the siege capabilities of those tortoises. That's why they were going there. So, um, so yeah. The big issues is the weapon will definitely fire, uh, but it's going to be you can kind of like it's going to be hard to move. We already know that. Can only be really used in a prepared position right now. And the other thing is because of the tension in that, it's going to be hard to aim. So you can kind of depending on what you want to spend, they can try to narrow down like what they could do in a relative short amount of time to improve some of those things. So yeah, do you guys have any technology in your bag of holding or that you want to like give them or money for them to go kind of think of other things? I don't know what's in your bag of holding.
That makes all of us.
That's not what I want.
We just attach it to the immovable rod.
No, it'd be way too big for that. But
And
you could
out
give the movable rod and they might be able to work that into the design.
like a stability, some sort of stability device.
Yep, I would say whatever you give them is going to be theirs, and they will be using it. Let's see. Looking here, you have
What are immovable buttons times 2?
you have 2 immovable buttons that can hold 500 pounds, if not 500, something like that. 100 pounds if like sewed onto something. You have an age-changing mushroom potato cake. Nope, you don't. That's been used. Let me see if there's anything just.
Those immovable, I mean, yeah, I guess immovable buttons, immovable rod, just for either gyroscopes for aiming, or just
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So would that be your focus? Is like getting the aiming better?
aiming sounds right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Christopher himself will get it aimed right.
Oh, you also have this Aeorian security cannon. That is weird old technology. Maybe you could give them that. That was the one other thing that I actually had written down of if you were going to show them stuff that you have. Or would you show them all the stuff you have, I guess? Or are you just going to take out the rods? Eric just comes over and turns the bag of holding inside out and is like, what's useful? Okay, with that, look at that. They will roll with advantage and tinker tools plus, let's say, they get a +8 on this, looking at the items that you have in your bags and like what they could do with specifically the rods. Cocked. Cocked. I give up on that die. Okay, they get a 19. And with the 19, they definitely they look at it and they say, okay, the immovable rods will definitely be able to, you know, get things set so that the tension isn't wobbling in places and the aim will be much more true because um, it's set. The buttons will be able to, you know, kind of, we can probably do something to where we could crank them and set them for like smaller adjustments. Okay, we got some ideas, and then like rifling through their stuff. They do look at that Aeorian security cannon and are just like, this looks useful if you're willing to give it to us. Like we don't exactly know what we could do with it, but and need some time, but we could maybe do something to, because like he compares it to like his own like very fancy the Tinker Top 1000 uh hand crossbow, and like kind of compares and he's like there's a lot of similarities here. Like see mine, like you can load it to double shoot, so maybe I could take some of this and we could take some of this and combine them, but I would need some time and some money. I don't know. I know you just gave them so much platinum to. Um, we probably should fit these things in if we have that. I would say right now probably need about 2,000 gold pieces. We can probably scrounge up about 250 ourselves, so 1,750 gold pieces, and we can definitely uh, make that thing a lot better.
Just do a weird, the dumb magic trick of like, oh, look what I found behind your ear. 250.
1,700. How much money do you have now, Christopher?
I have 522 platinum. So, but I gave
You're still
300
rich
of
as
that.
hell.
Just yeah. What do you want? Yeah,
Okay.
we get
So
that
the most
Elon
money
money.
you've ever had to spend.
There's in the bag of holding. There's the bag of holding. There's 300 gold piece gems.
Yeah, I think right now you would definitely be wanting to work in more liquid money. Gems are going to do that and sell the gems. That is going to take more time than just going somewhere and buying the raw materials.
Should I mark off the 300 or just consider that still in possession?
Just consider that in possession for right now.
So I'll give them straight up 200 gold, 200 platinum.
Okay. And they go, woohoo! We got things to do, and they run out the door with all of their gnomish excitement. So you have that mission going. That one's going. It's already been rolled for this other something for the group of Yinra and Chonk. Let's go to their character sheets, NPCs, toot. Oof. I think this is just a flat luck roll. Someone roll a d20 to see what these people might find. A 3.
Nope.
On a
They found a
3,
bag. They found a
they
bag.
come.
It holds things.
That's essentially what happens. Is they come. What they end up coming back with is a giant burlap sack about the dimensions that they said that the this item's going to be when collapsed, and they're like, well, at least we can put this over it and they won't know what it is under there. It's literally just like a burlap sack. It cost 3 copper. So they give you back your 300 platinum. No, it's 299 platinum because they did get lunch.
They get like beluga caviar. Yeah.
A really nice lunch. Yep. Okay, so they're kind of back there, and they're going to go off with the Tinker Tops and help them like procure this stuff, while maybe you guys, because it's a lot of stuff that they're going to need to buy, and so they need help moving it. Well, you guys said you were going to go scout up there.
Yeah. So I want to know, what is the situation under the wall?
Okay.
Do people just walk around it? I have a whole plan. So yeah.
You have a whole plan.
Yep.
Well, let me draw. I could do that.
Let me do my best
Draw.
character. Can I gravity sinkhole something?
Take down a city wall.
That's part of it, possibly.
Okay, 1 second. Where's my blank? Just need a blank map. Okay. So let's draw real quick. Can all see a blank map? Can any of you?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't think I had any lights on. So how the place kind of works is, oh, did someone just disconnect?
Sorry, that's me. It's being weird.
Okay. So there is so Hupperdook is kind of built into 3 planes. There's the ground floor. You go up about 300 feet on the ladder. Here's where most people live, and then you go up one more, and this is where all the rich people live. On top of here, on that top area, it's a beautiful park with a large lake that is fed via a waterfall that you guys have actually been behind when you guys were here a long time ago. Up from there, kind of going over the lake, are 2 large statues. There's a bridge coming across it. And then, so that's more what it's like. It's not like a wall as much as it is like a bridge that has these large, that are in between these large statues that have a way up into them to kind of monitor the bridge. And this is where the ballista is. Up here. So from here to up where that ballista is to give like a full view is probably another 300 to 500 feet. But yes, people walk under this bridge. This bridge kind of spans over that lake. And then behind that, there is like over here, not where the waterfall's falling, but on one side is where all the rich people live. That's the wrong, I will undo that one. It's just a scribble. It's all just scribbles. Yellow is where all the rich people live. Over on that side of the lake, and then on this side of the lake is more just like public park area. So that's kind of the layout. Does that any of that make sense?
I was gonna say that was pretty solid.
That's pretty what?
That was pretty solid.
Okay.
Solid drawing, wakeboarding. Yeah.
This is the drawing that you get from Yenra.
All right. So here's my plan. I want to walk underneath the ballista with Garrick. I want to have a partial wall collapse from something like a gravity sinkhole. I want to look like a lord or something walking and get offended and say, look, this wall is coming down, and then come back as a construction crew. So there's my shorthand
Okay.
plan.
Okay. So that
Eric and a little orange vest. That's hilarious.
So what it would be, what the gravity sinkhole would probably be, would be on one of these side statues. For let's say this, do you guys go up and actually scout this place out, or are you just going off this drawing that Yenra gave you?
We'll probably scout it.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys spend some time. You get up there, and like these are public places. Like you can be there. You can't be in like the rich district necessarily. It's kind of like a smaller walled off area that has guards. Some kind of similar to the nicer places in Zadash. Like you have to have a reason to be going in there or be known by the guards. But all that like red area, that's all, public. So that's one thing you would immediately notice is down on the, when we'll just say it's the east side, where it's the public places around the lake, is much heavier foot traffic, but much more accessible to you. And the other side, much less foot traffic, but you might have to sneak in to get there. Other than that, though, you do see like there are definitely some places on that bridge that you could probably cause a crumble. The one other part of the bridge would be a straight down pillar right in the middle, so it's like two big arches into a central pillar on both sides, like kind of like if you think like Roman aqueduct type of shape. Aqueduct. That's what aqueducts look like, right?
I was going to say that. Yeah, that's good.
Yes. Yep. In fact, we can just say it's an aqueduct because it's a river or a waterfall. So you kind of have like three places you could hit is that central pillar or either of those giant statues. If you have from that point, I think if those are your 3 points that you can easily see, you can try to investigate to see which one might be the most like unstable for that.
Yeah, so here my plan is trying to disguise us enough that we won't get recognized. Walk around as if like buy the most expensive clothes in the city, whatever that takes money wise. Walk around, cause a collapse nearest the ballista, and then come back as a disguised construction crew, emergency construction crew. That's
So at this
just
point, you would want nearest the ballista would be that central pillar, which
Yep.
unfortunately is probably the most exposed place. So yeah, so you go you and Carrick can probably just disguise himself magically.
and I'll just take like I'm willing to just take a shit ton of hit points bludgeoning to sell this.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no, this wall is falling on me. Ow!
Okay, so let's start with this. We're going to, as this is the start of it, this is going to be a skill check. Until like something else. This will be a skill. What we want is of the different things you need. It's probably going to be about 8 successes on different skills before you get 4 failures. So, and at 4 failures, you're going to have to start improvising.
Yeah.
But until then, you kind of have narrative reins of how you're doing this. So, I think the first one is going to be, I'll give you the option. It's either finding a very good disguises for yourself or investigating like where this joint looks the weakest and could cause like the most harm without total destruction.
What's Carrick on?
Carrick could probably. I guess I can. Carrick has lots of spells, but I don't know what he has prepared. He definitely has his gravity sinkholes.
Program solution
He
prepared.
also points out that he has disintegrate, which could probably like disintegrate can take out a 10 by 10 chunk of rock and just disintegrate it into dust. So it's a matter of things like that. He could polymorph someone. He can cast a sleet storm. He could have reversed gravity, but not starting it.
I use my metal of wit and make a mathematical calculation here.
Okay, give me a. Is that just an intelligence roll at that point? What is a physics calculation?
I get a 20 intelligence check one time. I'm just doing this in front of Carrick to just like throw out some random physics calculation.
You get a 20 no matter what.
I think that's what it was. Hang on, let me just make sure. You can press this metal on your temple as an action. Doing so gives you advantage on intelligence checks, intelligence saving throws for 1 hour. Oh, okay, so it's advantage.
For 1 hour, you have advantage on intelligence checks.
There we go. I'm just doing this to like show off to Carrick. I've been feeling out.
Make an intelligence check. We'll say, is there any actual skill that would make sense for this, or is it just straight intelligence? I would say maybe, I'll say it's investigation.
The same as my intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah. A 20. That's pretty good. I will let Carrick make one as well. Carrick got a 29. So you two
He's like
working
as
together.
good as I get. Like this is a parabola. He's like, fuck off.
Look, you point up
Like,
to a place and he's like, okay, very good, that would work. But look here, 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 and here, those would work better.
like I
Good
piss him
job.
off into like mega calculation mode. Yeah. Like
says,
the fact that I'm even trying to get against him is
so that will be your first success. So you guys have that plan. And Carrick at this point is probably itching to go with with his spell that he's going to use. So you want to try and disguise yourself
sure.
and look like a
No,
noble?
like we'll just spend like I'm good to just throw platinum at this too.
Yeah, okay.
This part.
You can get a very nice set of clothes that that you it's on such a rush job, it's going to cost you 50 gold pieces.
Yeah.
And you head back up and you stand where Felix tells you to, not Felix, Carrick tells you to stand. And what do you want? Do you want a gravity sinkhole made there or a disintegration beam?
I think gravity sinkhole makes more sense because I want like visible debris rather than just dust.
Okay.
So, but just to clip it, yeah, we're just clipping the side.
Just
Lots
clipping
of
the
rocks
side.
and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to need, I realize I should have let you guys roll for Carrick. We are going to need a sleight of hand roll from Carrick to try to disguise this, or are you doing anything else?
Well, that's
Does
what
he
I
have
was wondering. Well, and I don't know how this would work with spell because he has programmed illusion as well, but that gets weird. The spells can't cast spells at once. But could we do an illusion on top of the sinkhole so it looks like something else?
Um, yeah, I'd say you can. The only weird thing about a programmed illusion is it's a time thing with a trigger that's going to keep happening. Does he have major image or something like that? That might be better. He has so many freaking spells. Ooh.
Prepare.
I mean, really, if there's anything that like he can do um do the gravity sinkhole, but the thing is you just don't want to see him casting it, or like he needs a distraction of some sort. So is there anything you want to do as a distraction that you could help with this, uh, Christopher?
I mean, this is like a fire marshal inspection we're trying to do here. Like, what is this? What is this construction here? Like, I don't know if we'll
Okay,
just throw a deception out there, just trying to make it seem like we're
trying to see just like get people away. They've heard that there are problems with this and like take
yeah.
up all the attention. Okay, roll a deception check.
See if any better than one.
Uh, uh, he has a -2, so
Let's go. Yeah, I feel like a deception is necessary at this point that we're doing something like this. Fuck yeah.
you you go and doing your deception, like getting people kind of riled, and he's like, please move, move. People start moving away, and Carrick waits just for his time, and he watches you.
I'll like
And
go bang on one of that. Like he's like, yeah, like these pillars are what are these made of sand? And I'll like go bang on one of them to
you
like
bang on it,
really make a yeah, really just bang on one of them.
and
Yeah,
then
the middle one probably. Yeah.
yeah, and then he he shoots up this gravity sinkhole, which I don't know if it visually makes anything happen, but you see what it does. I guess roll damage for gravity sinkhole. And I guess what level do you want to cast this at? It is a third or fourth level spell, but he can cast it all the way up to level 7. Let you guys decide.
I think we need much. Just some rocks.
So whenever you decide, just roll that spell.
Levels to an additional 1d10 for each spot above.
Fourth, so you could make it do 3 more d10 if you wanted, but that would use your only 7th level spell. Probably
Yeah.
the most important one of those 7th level spells would be teleporting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just
We
need
would want
some
it
solid
higher.
rocks to come down. How tall is this bridge?
We'll say the furthest point he could send it would be about the bridge is probably about 300 feet, but the furthest he could send this is about 120 feet. So it'd be a little less than halfway. But I think
Here's
regardless, the effect would be the same.
this rate is 10 6 plus 40. What the fuck?
Yeah. But it is also a it doesn't do half damage if it misses. Like if it's a
Sure.
shoot your shot type of spell. Yeah. So gravity sinkhole going. I'll give you 10 more seconds if you want to be a higher level. Otherwise, just roll it normal.
I can just go low.
Okay, just normal. Okay, so mark
4.
our spell slot, and it is going to do 19 plus 5. Okay, with that, so 24 points of damage. This isn't doing as much as you were probably hoping, but with that deception check being done so well, we're still going to count this as a success in the people thinking that this place is that it's very broken in that. But you are going to have about 100 pounds of large rock falling on you, Christopher.
what I was going for. Yeah.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Can I see it?
Yes. Or no, I will say you can't
No,
see it.
I want to see it and take the most damage. Can I do that and take the most? Like, if this is the tiniest little pebble, I want to take it the square of the dome.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep.
I want maximum damage here. So
You want okay. Well, you're going to take 10d6. Um, uh, I rolled 10d6 and got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 twos. So 14. Alexa, I wasn't talking to you.
What the fuck?
Alexa thought I was talking to her. Iris rolled. The last one was also a 2. Yeah. Okay. So that was 14, 16 plus 5, 21 points of bludgeoning damage that comes down on your head.
Yep.
You are
Okay.
slightly buried.
Yep.
And
Okay.
what do you do from here?
Just outrage. You know what? Look at this shoddiness and storm off. Yeah,
Storm
we
off.
storm off, and then we start setting the seeds for a emergency construction company in town.
Okay. I think to do this, like you just come back. When are you coming back to do this?
I'm really fast forwarding this, so we don't have to
Okay. So
spend
that's
too
like
much on this. We go back. This is the bar at night, setting the seeds of, trying to sow the discord, like just all this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're giving like that like the you guys teleported here, so you were able to get going immediately, and the other group was going to take 2 days to get to where they are. So you have a day of wiggle room before of that. So you kind of set these seeds and then find a emergency construction crew.
I guess if we can leverage the Tinker Tots too, like they.
Okay, I'll do that. So you kind of hire them as they are engineers. Uh, they they're known throughout the city. So this is gonna have to be some sort of other check to try to come and say, oh yeah, we're the people that are fixing this, fixing the bridge. We need access to the top. Let's see. Like you'd probably need some sort of like official writ to be like contract to come do this. So Clef, not really Clef, his daughter takes you to a local or like to the government office to submit a contract to do these repairs, and you're willing to do them tomorrow. So I'm gonna say you have advantage on whatever role you want to do to try to get this job to repair this.
Is that persuasion better?
Yeah, it'd probably be a persuasion with advantage, unless you have like some other tool that you could use. But
I'm gonna try. I don't know. Is there any way I can bagpipe this in and intimidate?
no, don't know about
Oh,
bagpiping to do something like that. And there could be a spell. I don't technically all of your spells could change because you did have to sleep through the night. This is the next day. But I truly don't see anything that is going to help you in his spell list. So yeah, I would just say
Alright,
you have a persuasion check with advantage.
Sure, why not? Nope.
Nope.
Failure.
Okay, so that's your first failure. So you have 3 successes, or no, 2 successes, 1 failure, or 3 successes. Success. No, 3 successes. So you are not able to get this contract. They said we need to do a lot more vetting of people. We've kind of cordoned off the entire area. So there won't be many people around to do that, but keeping, kind of everyone out of that central main pillars there. So we want to do more assessment. Our budgets are very thin, so yes. So what you did get from your other successes, though, much easier to sneak in now than
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I was gonna go to the biggest public place and do an intimidation of how dangerous this place is to kind of scare more people off.
Okay. Do you play a song on your bagpipes?
If I can, but no, that doesn't make much sense. Yeah,
Do you play a song about
yeah,
the need for your civic duty to be safe? No.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead and make an intimidation check as you go up there and kind of like
town square sort of. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ.
that
Well,
fails.
yeah. Okay.
I Unless you can tell me a way that you are getting advantage for yourself.
No bagpipes, but
Okay.
maybe I'll go. I don't know, to a bar and do a little busking thing, tell the tale in my woe later that
Okay.
night. But now we're behind schedule. I don't know.
Yeah. I will say, yeah, essentially what this has all done is put you behind schedule now. That's like what these 2 failures have done is you are now behind schedule, and that this plan is taking a lot longer than you initially thought. So while that's happening and you're regrouping and thinking what to think, let's switch thinking what to do. Let's switch back to the other party.
Cut our losses. Yeah.
Cut our losses. I think
Okay.
your plan's still there. The place is cordoned off. Like you can. It just might
But
not be quite as smooth as it used to be. Um, okay. So for our other team, let's go here. You have these 2 prisoners. What are you guys going to do? You are um, probably a quarter of a day's uh, hike back to the township itself. So you guys can try to pull these guys there or interrogate them here.
I say we interrogate them here. Try and figure out what they were doing over here. Why does this guy got black armor? Because I assume it looks like my sword.
Very much so. And his sword too seems like that same black steel that you had taken this sword off of a Drow quite a long time ago.
Yeah, so I'd like to know who sent them and why.
Okay. Make so you guys rouse him. He is still unconscious. Uh while he's being roused, the goblin immediately spills the beans and goes, "We just live up in the mountains, and these guys came up and asked us if like they're looking pretty strong and wanted us to cause some havoc in the tillage and do that. We normally just stay up in the hills because that's where we live now. Like it's just not worth fighting down in there. But when you got a whole bunch of big strong guys going like that, uh, we can always do a little bit of pillaging. But yeah, I think we're gonna not do that anymore because we've lost probably at least a third of our pack. Um, cut our losses and maybe head south for the summer. Live in the hills. This raiding thing just really isn't doing it for us anymore. Maybe we'll go set up a little farmstead ourselves down somewhere in the woods. Fuck, I might be the leader now. I don't know who's still alive.
Well, congratulations. You have been conscripted. You are coming east with us.
Okay.
Oh, I meant to roll that
Alright.
for Thel. It is Thel's that character.
Oh, but your name's that. Okay then. He goes, wonderful. Wonderful. When with a 20, and being tied up in this, he's like I said, I might have been the leader of my clan anyways, or it might have just been me as the one-man clan. Well, you got Squink on your side.
All right, go.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm not good for much.
Yeah, cannon fodder.
Um,
I'm not gonna say cannon fodder is good as cannon fodder, but
but I will tell you that I do know that we are heading back up into the hills for some sort of reinforcements that were supposed to be coming through. But that's why they sent us and that other party to kind of they could do a distraction out there while this other force gets here. But other than that, they don't tell. That's just from me listening. They don't tell Squink a ton. So
Should we send him back uh with some of his dead kind of as a warning? Or what use is he gonna be to us when we head east? I'm not sure if there will be much
oh,
use for
just
this guy.
people that can hold swords. that was my thought, but yeah, we can let him sit and think while we interrogate this other guy.
I'd like to make sure we take the armor and sword from this other guy.
okay, so you just have a black steel longsword, a black steel shield, and um, a full suit of black steel plate mail that probably is fucked up beyond real like armor usage, but could be used as a disguise or something.
Cool. Let's throw that stuff in a bag of holding. I think we have it,
You
right?
do not have the bag of holding with you.
Oh, they have it. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
will
always
put
on. It's
some.
always been on Carrick.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I'll hold on to it for now.
yeah. The
Somehow.
I don't know. The sword and the shield are easy to hold on to. The plate mail, uh, that you hand it to Squink and he holds it.
Yeah, they're perfect. It's like you're coming with us.
He's your
He is now. I have changed my mind. He is now coming with us. I don't need him to go give anyone any warning.
Yeah. What Podrick. Podrick, is that the Game of Thrones squire's name?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Podrick with the huge dick.
With the who knows what he did to them? Still don't know.
Okay. So that's what you got. That the guy is, down into just, the underclothes, like the padding that you put on underneath your chainmail, not chainmail, but your plate, and he's rousing 2 now. We'll put him back at 1 hit point as he comes to. You throw a bucket of water on him or whatever. That's 1 hit point. He's no longer this. He's no longer this. He's just tied up, and he just looks and he's like, "Fuck! Why didn't you kill me like a real man?" And spits at you.
Oh, okay. I punch him in the face. I don't care if it kills him anymore.
Roll a strength plus proficiency strength check
So it's
or attack roll.
2
D20 plus 2 plus 5.
plus 7. Oh, jeez.
You punch him in the face, and he just laughs. Actually, without his armor, nope. His AC is still 12 without armor on.
If that doesn't do anything, I looked at Thel and
For some
See,
reason,
I'll
I don't know
look
what to. I mean, generally want to ask him like what he's doing, but in the Batman interrogating Joker, where is she, Rachel? Ah! Oh God, I totally failed that. How did I fail that so hard?
You beefed it.
Beefed it. This guy just starts laughing. It's like, you don't even know how fucked this place is.
Squink,
He just
pee
continues.
on him.
Yes. Okay, we hand the sword to Twink. Squink.
Squink. SQUINK.
Squink.
Squink.
I tell Squink to pee on him.
hold
I don't know why. That's what popped
Okay,
into
yeah, go
Thel's
ahead,
head.
do
But
that. Let's see what happens.
Squink is going to make a performance check. Squink is going to make a performance check to see how well he can pee. What is a goblin's charisma, you think?
-1.
-1, sure enough. He got a 5. So he goes like, everyone turn around. I can't.
He's an anxious pisser.
Yep. He's like, he runs off into the woods and pees and then comes back. I don't know what that was for. You think that like interrogating this guy at this point is nothing's gonna happen. He was already ready to be dead, so you can kill him here or try again later or take him as a hostage. What you do know is that from Squink is that they were heading east to meet up some reinforcements in the hills.
Yeah, I think we're gonna kill this guy and take Squink with us.
Does 32 hit?
Yes, 32 hits this guy. You get a plus 14 on attacks.
So you could have hit with anything against this guy with a 12 AC.
You can hit Felix on anything but a nat 1.
Yeah, that gloves jump up to 26. Now an 8 on strength. I don't know that I'm gonna miss all that often unless I roll once.
Yeah. Okay, so with a 32, this guy, as he's laughing at you, you just plant your sword through his face. It explodes with radiant light, and as the gore explodes, it's immediately frozen and falls to the ground. And Squink goes. Yeah, so didn't get a ton out of him, but yeah, you know that there's something in the east. Make a either of you make a history check.
modern history. I
Yeah,
know what you
mine's
have.
only one.
Both of you guys can make one.
All right, another 12.
Okay, Thel, you're thinking like, oh, these hills, like, and you kind of like pull out a map to kind of like triangulate it, and you see these. We'll switch maps now. So many maps, so many maps. You remember White? No, we didn't want Zimney Fields. Wrong map. We want the Marrow Valley. You remember quite explicitly, like right around this area, those purple, those like you have them sketched out. They were lines of underground tunnels that had been used by the Drow to kind of infiltrate the 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 Empire. Like specifically, like you remember the one that got collapsed by one of the Drow up in outside of Hupperduke. You remember the one that was collapsed where you found that den of Drow that were kind of operating right in kind of the edges of the swamps. And you look like, oh, there was one in uh there was one that kind of like spanned all the way under this entire southern edge that you had never seen, but or never heard of anything, but it comes to reason that maybe there is another line of these tunnels that could be of some sort of use. So that's where you're kind of at. It's whether or not you want to go back to Felderwin or head east now and do more scouting. Felderwin, you knew, was being attacked by
Yeah, we
a
should probably get over there to check on that.
some
Where?
sort of
Oh, are
fort.
we are west of Feldwin, or are we slightly?
We are. You are east of Felderwin. You are the.
We're slightly east. We're like this red circle here by the
Yeah,
hills.
you're like I said. You're
Okay.
about a quarter's day walk back.
Yeah, I agree. Let's head back and see if we can find your son.
Yeah.
And his crew, and see
Make
what
sure.
the situation is there.
Are you making Squink come with you?
Yes, he is now the holder of our gear,
Okay. You give. He has
our
this.
non-important gear.
He goes over to and like starts picking at things from the other fallen. Like if you wanted on the other guys, there's also some pretty. There's two black steel great swords. They're just great swords. There's black steel chest plates or half plate armor, both like in the same condition, not like usable. Having a 1,000-pound horse crush into you, wrecked them. The bugbear just had like this big satchel on him, and that's kind of like Squink like picks up and puts things in this satchel and like adjusts it to tie to himself. So that's where you are
Yeah,
there.
I think we just want to keep stuff that I don't think is going to be useful for us necessarily, but is potentially useful for our the people that we.
Okay. Yeah,
recruit.
so you bring back all that you can probably carry, which is probably most of it. Like you throw away like the ruined part, so there's like if the idea was to make a disguise out of these things, it might work. But and you guys head back for a day for not a day.
I get back at this point.
What?
I can resummon our Pegasus.
Yes, you if you spend 10 minutes, you can summon Steve, the
Yeah.
Pegasus.
I get Steve back.
He won't be able to fly with all three of you.
No, that's fine. Just
So-
as far as all this stuff that we've packed up, make it a little easier.
Yeah, you can load it all on him, so
That
you
way we
guys
can move at a good pace. We're not slowed down or anything.
Yeah, Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you guys start moving back. Let's just make an athletics check to see, like, are you guys hoofing it or are you just walking back?
Yeah, we get some pace to it. I probably even put Squink up on Steve, but I trust that
Okay.
Felix and I can move more quickly.
Yeah, so you do that. So make an athletics check just to see how.
What the fuck?
My strength rolls are gonna
Yeah,
be
you know,
wild now, guys.
um, I'm going to say that with a 32,
I pick up Felix, and Felix is riding me, and
Felix is
and
going
Squink
a
is
little,
riding the horse.
and you're having none of it. So
I told you, Thel has an
This-
issue with like advanced raiding parties. It's just this is a trigger point. He is just in machine mode. Just
um, and Squink goes like, "Fuck, I made a good choice."
I like
As
that
you're
he
just-
thinks he made a choice.
Well, he made a good choice by acting pathetic and trying to fight for himself.
does he know? So how big was his clan, and does he know if any of them are left alive, or is he pretty sure like he's all that's left?
No, he has no clue how many are left alive.
But how big
You
is
think
his
one of
clan?
them knows-
There were probably
Impossible.
another like 5 or 10 that were with the other party that you saw.
Oh, okay.
But he had said at least half of it had already been killed. It sounds like this isn't like these little like raids have been happening fairly often, and a lot of it was just to he like tells you he's like a lot of it's just burning down farmland and taking some stuff like wasn't really like killing people. There's a little bit of that. Not me though. I just burn things. I am sorry for shooting an arrow at your horse.
Yeah, Steve definitely snorts at him.
I'm not sure one of them missed. I'm not sure if it was me or not. I just looked in the sky and shot an arrow.
Okay, let's get to Felderwin. See if they've attacked or not.
Okay, you guys get to Felderwin, and as you get there, you're kind of there's this river that you're crossing the bridge, and you kind of like go through these other buildings that some of them like seem to have been like slightly battered. It looked like looking at footprints, you can see when whatever this was happening, all like different places like went to the center of town. So you do see some ransacking and that. You see some very large footprints from something larger than these goblins or that. But as you um, get to the town kind of center, and you are hearing some commotion, but you're hearing a bell ringing, um, and you aren't hearing as much commotion as you would think. It looks like whatever was happening here kind of passed. And as you get to the town square, you see um, these three halflings, so hobbit types, that you recognize as people you employ, the farmhands, kind of like just going through and picking at some armor off of these different goblinoid types. You do see a couple more of those of the more heavily armored hobgoblins, and you see this one hill giant that your son, you notice, is taking his sword out of its head. Uh, and then you see your son goes, "Okay, everyone, seems like we're good for today. Let's patch up our wounded. Let's get the fires out. Let's kind of clean things up, and then we'll assess what we do next." And uh, he starts like trying to move this giant body into like a pile with the other things that are going to need to be burned. So Squink, as he gets in here, like immediately like throws as much of over the sack over his head. He's like, they aren't gonna like me here. Can I wait outside?
No, you're with us.
Okay. Can I have a cloak or something?
I don't think we have any spare cloaks.
Damn.
You'll be okay. Give him
Okay.
a pat on the back.
Okay. So you guys come in and you're seeing the aftermath of this fight that looks like it was won pretty handily. You do see some fairly injured guards and maybe like one dead townsfolk. But it looks like that however this has been, they've kind of been prepared for these types of things, and maybe this is, the fourth or fifth one in a week that they've had to kind of fend off. And but luckily you have some very stout adventurers there at the time, not just your bare minimum Crown's Guard. So, yeah, what do you guys do?
We walk up to. He's got a name, but I forget it.
Sorin.
Soren. Along with Squink. And I think Felix says, hope things are going all right. Seems like you have things under control. Thought there might be some trouble with all this burning going on.
He just kind of looks. He's like, well, the idea was that I was going to come through here and recruit people, but when you get here and the people are under attack, there's not a lot to recruit. So, yeah, that's kind of been my past 5 days. He goes, oh, hi, Fel.
Yeah. Give him the the gauntlet handshake and think about. Well, when we saw the two parties, we hoped that you would make. If you were here, I hoped you would make short work of this group. But there was another headed further east that we were able to jump and take care of.
Yep,
Where this
they've
one's
always
from?
been coming from the east or from the north, burning fields. I can't just. It just seems causing chaos. Like maybe there's more to it, but yeah,
Have you
there's
managed to stop any alive? Do you know where they're kind of coming from? Is there a source to go stamp out, or
not really. Kind of, it's they fight till they're dead. We try to take them, and then anyone that knows anything just doesn't give up the anything useful, and we haven't had the manpower uh or time really to go out and actually scout around for wherever they might be holed up, because quite frankly we'll probably do this and then tomorrow afternoon we'll be having to rush to the south to put out fires and that. So that's kind of where we're standing. Maybe with you here now we can do it. Do you have any information? It looks like he looks up and like snarls at at Squink. It's like it looks like you managed to get someone alive.
yeah, I think there was a meeting point that you knew of. Maybe we should rouse our forces, counterattack here.
I mean, I can probably bring myself and maybe two of the guards, but I think the farmhands are going to stay here. They've one of them lost their cousin in one of the raids recently, so uh, they're kind of sticking around here. But I'm we could do it tonight. I mean, people are tired, people are hurt, but I think that's probably the right move. I mean, I'll lean on your, much more. Uh,
Yeah,
tenured
I pressed
in
Spink a little bit
I
too.
am.
So what's the timing on the meeting? When planning on like a little bit more logistics on the meetup point and that.
Yeah, Squink didn't really give you a ton. He just knows that it's to the east is where they were going to get more people. It's like normally it's like there's the people in charge that then come and give the clan orders, and then the clan goes and does them. And there's kind of they're separate. They aren't. He Squink was barely a part of this actual thing. They were just some people there hired to do some ruckus. That they were going back to meet somebody, and at some point the goblins were just going to go back to their little holes and wait for further instructions. All he knows is that it was east in the hills, and what you would think is that maybe is one of these underground lines um, that would have that. So that's kind of the information you're working off of. It's going to be more of a kind of scouting thing to figure it out.
Yeah,
So,
probably a lighter party. Let's scout. I'm assuming they're meeting near the entrance of this tunnel, and yeah, Thel wants to scout and maybe find a way to close the tunnel at this point.
yeah,
Not popping up.
and you probably wouldn't think that it would be like you have the entrances to the tunnels that you like. It's to the east. You don't think it would be all the way up in Talonstadt. That's a long
Yeah.
ways away. Why would
No,
they
I
be
know.
doing it?
Knowing there's a line here, it seems like there's an entrance or exit that's not mapped. That's somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. So, uh, yeah, at this point, it's probably you traveled in the beginning of the day. You did. And it's probably working on like 4 o'clock in the evening. Um, so if you're going out tonight, you need to probably hitch up some horses and go. So are you just doing you two and Soren or and Squink, of course?
Yeah. We're going light and just go. Felix and Thel go check it out. We're not trying to blatantly, force on force yet. So
Okay.
in the cover of darkness, use recon.
Okay. Yeah, I think Soren's gonna make his own decision and decide if
Yep.
he's going with you or staying here to help. Um, yeah, he's gonna come with you. Just he's like, I know you have other responsibilities that will probably take you here, there, or anywhere. So I should probably have all the information as well. So I'm coming with. I'll leave everyone else here. I trust the farm hands. There are some actual the brothers of those halflings, or no, they're the brothers. They're cousins. Um, quite proficient in killing goblins around here. So we should be good for the evening, especially if what you said that they're waiting to meet people. So let's get going. I'll go get a couple horses. It looks like you already have one. Oh, he should have that. He should have this spell too. He summons his own steed. His is a
what's his
big
name?
old wolf. A big old white wolf that reminds you of being in Icewind Dale in the frigid north. It says, "Let's go." They find a horse for you.
What's your wolf name?
What's the wolf's name? Uh,
Please be Steve.
what?
I said, please be Steve.
His name is Steph.
Makes sense.
Why?
No reason.
Okay. He hops on Steph's back and starts going as you're kind of saddled up with it's just like a plow horse. Nothing fancy, but it's definitely gonna let you all get back at a much clipper pace. So you're able to find your way back. It's early spring or late spring, so the sun's staying out for a while, especially as you're moving, like you aren't as far north as you have been. So you are back. You get back to right around where you were, where you first fought your initial fight. You see the dead bodies there, that are just sitting there dead. I don't assume you didn't take the time to dispose of them in any way. Uh, so you kind of start there, and what Squink's best guess, I mean, one, he would tell you that their like clan hole, like that one, wrong color. Their place was about here, so it's probably like they would assume somewhere around here that the um like to our best guess, we always left and kind of split. They continued a little northwest and or northeast, and we went down south uh to our little caves down at the in the foothills. So that's all I got for you. Can I go home, please? I take that as a no.
Trying to think of something witty to say. It's like, do you really
What?
want to go back?
You're gonna go home, and anyone of your clan that's left alive, you're gonna bring back to town here, and you are gonna help defend from any future attacks.
Make an intimidation check with advantage because of your previous persuasion check. Yes. Done. It really might just be me. I saw quite a few of my buddies dead in that town. Buddies, I I don't even know what I'd call them that. But I'll go. And he jumps off and just sprints into the night.
Well, I don't think he's gonna come back here and attack, regardless of what happens. But
Regardless of what
we'll see
happens,
if he ever comes
we'll
back.
see. Squink is going to kill Lolth, and then that is how the game ends.
Yeah.
For some reason, what was the name of the other goblin that you guys had up in the, not in the woods, like, you had another goblin whose name might have been Squink.
No.
Common goblin name.
It was up when you were up in the woods before you went to the like magical book world. My that will take me a while to find. So,
My notes are awful.
um, so dusk has definitely fallen. It's probably around 7 o'clock. You probably have another 45 minutes of decent light. So people can make a survival and or nature check, or you tell me how you want to uh, try and track this.
Track the location of this entrance.
Yeah, like you could look at the map and see what would make sense of like where maybe a new line would go. You could just look for uh, things. You could get to high ground and look for fires. Maybe there's all of them will be just different skill checks.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I'd like to try and get to the high ground and see what I can find.
Okay, so you get to Maybe at this point, what are you gonna do, Thel? Are you gonna do something different?
Yeah, of course, a ridge area, the high point, kind of look around, spot anything.
Okay, you're gonna do that. Uh, and then Soren's gonna go down and kind of root around for tracks and like see which direction people have gone. So I'll say if the two of you are up in the high ground, you can make perception checks to see if you notice anything. And Soren will make a survival check to um, yeah, look for tracks. Okay. Soren did very good. Um, I'll say for you, Fel, you could either give advantage to uh, Felix or do a check yourself. It's up to you since you're both up here.
Yeah, I'll kind of look together. So yeah, just do advantage for Felix. Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll again.
I think that's the third perception check that's had a 17 in a row. Because I think your first one on top of the horse was a 17. But yeah, so you're able to
Because of that
you
reliable
do
talent.
reliable talent. That
So
makes sense.
I'm hitting pretty shitty rolls. I'm always getting 10s.
Okay. I forgot about reliable talent. Um so you're able to kind of see like it is dark and luckily fire, but does put off a fairly long beacon for people, but um you can see probably from where you guys started from and where you guys got up on this hill, maybe 5-10 miles. It's hard to track distance. You see some sort of flickers, but then they like seem to after that quickly go out. So maybe it was like a quick cooking fire and then put out. You think that, um, but like without those fires as you're going, you will be going in slightly blind. Um, so you kind of reconvene there. You guys, spend your time, and Soren meets you up on this ridge as well after he's finished his thing. He's like, well, I know exactly where they are. He rolled a natural 20 for a 26 survival. Like, well, not exactly, but I know exactly the exact path that they have been taking, which to me tells me the exact path that we shouldn't take and we can loop around.
Okay.
So high ground's always better, but it is probably the riskier route to go. If we stay to the low ground, we can loop around much further because we can't get up like we're in the hills, but this is also like right where they starts to become the like Ashkeeper peaks. So he's like, so we can only get so high, and will be a much more precarious journey. We'll probably can't take the horses or the wolves, so they'll have to probably stay here. But we'll have the high ground to start. Other way we approach, we're probably gonna, I don't know, we'll have our assets and our animals, but we won't probably have any tactical advantage unless we are very good at sneaking up on them.
Okay. We can do that. I don't see any reason not to go that route. You're not fucking us, are you?
What?
Nothing. We're good. Yeah, let's do that. Let's follow Soren's plan. He seems pretty confident.
Yeah, it's really just he's confident in either one of them. He just kind of gave you the options of high ground with no horses, low ground with more horses with your animals.
Yeah, whatever. Based on what he saw with the trail, I think whatever makes sense. But I lean high ground. See.
Okay. So you guys will go to the Highland to kind of dismount your animals. And that's it's also why it'd even be dangerous for Steve the Pegasus to fly around here. There probably wouldn't be a good place for him to land. But you guys start trailing across these hills. And as you get about here, you see the back of this one like kind of like weird like hillock that looks like it almost doesn't look natural, but in the dark, it's very hard to see in the dark, but uh you are able to spot out, and this is probably maybe like 500 yards down. That's kind of like in this hill that then immediately goes like into a slope, and then the up the mountain. You see this like the big reason you notice it is that it is darker than all the other ground. So that is most likely this hole. And then as you are doing that, you do see like glimpses of a torch inside of the hole, or like some speck of light inside the hole. So you are standing about 15 or 500 yards above that, looking down into said hole. So this probably makes a good point to stop for you guys as you plan what to do, and we'll switch back to the others. I should say. So back in Upper Duke. Oop. Back to our good map. What are you doing as you've kind of reconvened your current plan? You have a closed off area, a broken pillar, and at least some level of a plan to go and be construction workers, although that is currently not approved by the city. Doesn't mean that you couldn't just do it and say it was.
Yeah, just gonna spin a tale in a bar about the perils. Maybe even say it's semi-haunted or something.
Okay, so um, you sing and play this tale about the haunting of the bridge that is crumbling down, and how the city is doing nothing about it, and trying to rabble rouse so that uh, something gets done about this bridge faster.
It's just techno London Bridge is falling down. Just
Yeah,
as a side note.
I will let you use your bagpipes in this to tell this scary story with your pipes of haunting. So I will give you advantage on a performance check to see how much you can rabble rouse here.
Super spooky.
Super spooky. With 20, we are going to call that a success. So you're at 4 successes. Okay. With that success, the people at the bar, but you know that Hupperdook gets rowdy. You guys have been here. You won your drinking competition here. You get everyone quite spooked and mad, actually. And the next morning, you have people coming to your house or to Clef's house, which is where you've been staying, rapping on the door saying, "We need you badly." They are shutting down the fires in the Omni smelter until we have someone working on the one very nice public park that we have in this city. Um, and you said you already had a good plan to fix it, so please, please go fix it as fast as you can. And they just give you a contract to begin work on this pillar.
Yeah, we'll just head on it.
Never underestimate the power of a bunch of angry drunk gnomes. Okay. Yeah, what do you do?
Think I'm gonna send out for even more burlap at this point
Okay.
to put up whatever that like the cover is on every construction site.
Oh, the weather covering like Tyvek paper.
Yeah, that. But like in the scaffolds, or is it coming soon? Yeah, coming soon.
Oh,
Whatever.
so you're creating a big distraction around it
Yeah, yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah.
and like setting up some scaffolding or ladders to get like the 120 feet up.
Yep.
Okay. And that's easy enough. You set all of that up. Um, you're still from that point where you're covering it up and like setting up this fake work. You are um, still like 180 feet below the ballista, but you have full reason to be here, and they asked you to work as fast as you can. You could be here at night. You can be here whenever you want.
You
And
heard that.
people are staying the fuck away from it because it's super haunted. Even the guards like that patrol that and like are in charge of manning the ballista in case of emergency are a little shaken. So
Yep. We'll work it at night.
okay. So that night, how's your plan working to get this? Who all is going?
I'm gonna need the tinkerers, the tinker tots, help us
Okay.
break down. We're gonna fit. They're gonna work on breaking it down into reasonable pieces, reassemblable pieces, and um, I'm gonna yeah, whatever we can't get into the bag of holding. I'm gonna try and just get all the little pieces into the bag of holding, and then just try and haul off the rest as construction, stuff.
As construction equipment.
And we're gonna get some people to actually like repair the the
Okay.
chunk out of the wall.
Yeah, you find an actual construction crew and say, "Oh, hey, tomorrow we did the base work and all the engineering. We just need, it's not really an engineering thing. They just need to go put some new masonry work into there. The damage that was dealt to this was not as major as people think. It just was one very loud noble man safety inspector that no one knows that got hit and made a big stink about it.
Yep.
So you're able to hire them, giving them the contract, giving them the money that you were going to get from the contract, and they say, "Okay, we'll start tomorrow. Thanks for setting that up." Um, so that night, uh, the Tinker Tops, what is Carrick doing in this situation?
What does he have anything to like make things lighter, smaller, breakable? I don't know. Just replaceable. Can he make plans on if we can't break it down, how to reproduce it with somewhere else? That sort of stuff.
Probably the problem with like rebuilding this thing, like just making a new one, is it's going to be a time and resource thing. The resources just don't exist.
Right.
So you bring the finger tops up. You're about 180 feet below. There is a patrol up on the bridge, so maybe that's what Carrot can do something about the patrollers up on the bridge. Maybe.
There's some just random illusions of ghosts, whatnot.
Sure.
Just keeping distance from too much.
If you did that, then he can probably have his spell project image prepared. I don't know what it does. Or this could be a chance for a programmed illusion.
I don't think full on. Yeah, it doesn't have to be permanent. Just enough to get us going.
Okay. Carrick, load. There you go. What does programmed illusion do? Not programmed illusion. What does project image do? Project image has a range of 500 miles to any location within range that you have seen before. So you can just 500 miles. You can just make
It's
something
just
here
an
into the dash.
illusory copy of yourself. That thing.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, so it sounds programmed illusion makes more sense. So come up with your distraction that you're going to do with this illusion. All three of you can chip in as you want.
I mean, I'm using this to seal up. Like we're sealing off everywhere. You know, it's going to be workers up on the top, rappelling down. That's what seals off the top, so that nobody's really looking. But
Okay.
just workers rappelling down to work on stuff.
Okay, so the Tinker Tops are rappelling down, acting like, and then they'll come up and do that. The guards are a little spooked, but definitely watching you guys. So making sure that it's work that's being done, not just hijinks at night.
Yeah, we're making the concentration on the damage, but we're kind of putting a barrier up on the actual ballista. So hopefully nobody's really looking at that.
I'll say for all the things you have described, this kind of sounds like, or what kind of check do you think you want to do for this now more elaborate version of the actual work being done, but not actually you're taking a part? I'll say Carrot could probably just plan on creating a programmed illusion of the thing still being there, set to trigger, and that will give you 10 minutes of escape time.
Cool.
So he'll make an Arcana check. So if someone wants to roll an Arcana check for him to see how well he can, like, from the stuff that he knows about this ballista. Find Carrot. Arcana check. Loading. He gets 18. The perception checks for those guys. Not gonna make it. Okay, so that you are up to 5 successes with this all set up into place. Your next thing, so it's all set up. It's now time to execute the plan. So we're going to need 2 d20 rolls to disassemble this thing.
Also, I want to try Grey Bag of Tricks to see if I can get a giant elk to help us just cart things away.
Okay, I will say that this will not act against any of your failures, but you have to get one of the larger creatures.
I think it's only giant elk, right? Like I don't think a dire wolf is carrying much, right?
Oh, is this to carry or is this to?
This is kind of like I don't know, litter. A litter is that what? I don't know, just strap it, drag it behind, just to carry some of the larger things away that we could strap it away, haul it off.
Okay, yeah. You tell me what it is that's going to. Yeah. Roll yours and let's see what it is. See if this adds.
Let's try, yeah, all three of my gray bag of tricks to see if I can get a giant elk.
Okay.
No. Well, shit. Okay.
What is a 7?
Dire wolf.
I will say 2 dire wolves are enough for you to have this plan work. You have 2 dire wolves and what's a 5?
5 is a panther.
What do you want the panther to be doing?
Just fucking around.
Just fucking around.
Just spooking
Just
people.
eating gnomes.
Just eating some gnomes. Yeah, okay, so your 2 dire wolves, I will count that as a success since you used all of those. So you're at 6. I think everything here is gonna go off without a hitch as long as you need to make 2 or make a Tinker Tools check for Clef and Rissa. They get a plus 9 to this roll. It's with advantage, and this is to see how well and quickly they can disassemble the thing.
So I'll just do one at a time. Is that right?
We're not going to make 2 anymore. It's just going to be 1,
One. Cool.
but with advantage.
Oh. Well, shit.
Okay, that is going to be a failure. And the big thing about this failure is the jig is not up yet, but they aren't able to they are able to unattach all of the pieces that can be and like kind of slim down the ballista into its most compact form, and like they get things into the bag of holding that can fit in there. The problem, and that they just aren't strong enough to do, is how it is actually bolted into the wall. They can't physically do that. It is like we either need to break this bottom attachment or unscrew it with a wrench that we don't have. Breaking it has its own issues. It'll be loud and it will possibly hurt the machine, but we've done as much as we can do, and it's just this one large, like I said, it's about your height, like all shrunk down, 6 foot, 300-pound ballista on this mount that you have to get off.
Let's
So
just swing at it.
you're just gonna try to break the bottom. Okay. Make an attack roll. Um, it'll be a DC, and it's a piece of metal. Let's say AC of 15, but it has a hardness rating of 12. So you have to do 12 points of damage to do any damage to it.
Can I be raged at this or no?
Yes, you can go into a rage and be mad about this.
All right. Can I do my fireball?
Yep.
And I guess this is just a normal roll. I can't
Yes.
do reckless.
You can't reckless. I mean, you can go reckless, but it might have problems around your aim.
Okay, just normal. There we go. Let's do it. All right.
Yeah. You crack this, and it cracks the post, in one go, it cracks the post. So you are up to 7 successes now. However, the guards are now alerted by these loud sounds coming by, and you still need to make your way. So this kind of decides if you fail or succeed and how you have to get out of here. You have everything. I need you to make an athletics check. You'll have advantage because you're raging. An athletics check to get it down to the sled that the dire wolves are going to pull it away on.
Oh yeah.
Natural 20 to save it. You are able to jump down, and when the people come and like kind of look, they just see the programmed illusion. The trigger for that illusion was for the thing to be pulled off to see what was going on. As you guys are escaping down to the bottom of this hill, having successfully heisted the ballista from the top. However, you do know that in 10 minutes that illusion will be gone, and the jig might be up.
Eric's gonna find another frat bro to just murder on our way out. So.
Okay.
Just
But
walking down back them as like honors frat and just lightning bolt them.
I think that will end the session. You've completed one side of it. Now the next question is what do you do with this ballista you have, and how do you meet up with your friends? But you have the trick tubes to talk to each other, so there's that. Well, good job, everybody. Everyone was successful in their missions so far.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, that was a little bit of a weird one with only having 3 of us and the party split.
Oh good.
Oh, good,
That's
man.
fun.
So, set up our next date. I'm good the 5th, the 12th, the 19th, and the 26th.
Probably do any of those dates.
I
So,
can
whatever
not
works
do
for
the
you guys.
19th.
Well, probably isn't great for you either, because it's
And
my
I
Courtney's
was,
birthday.
yeah, I was about to say, and I probably shouldn't do the 12th.
Okay, let's do the 5th then.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. Scott D&D. Basil. From 10 to 2.
Cool. Which one was that? I came back to
The
say I'm
5th.
ready. 5th? Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
10 to 2 p.m. Perfect. Cool. Well, thank you guys very much. Next time, I'm very excited for what you find in this hole.
Cool.
'Cause if
So I
you-
will not throw a bomb down the hole.
You can throw a bomb down that hole.
I don't have a bomb.
You just need to. You actually do know what these holes were made by, so that's why. If you can figure that out, that's why it's fun.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But did you find the Gerblin's name?
No, my notes are terrible.
Yeah, I'll find it and I'll send it to y'all later. But y'all
Send me
have a
that
good
recipe
rest.
for the beef and broccoli.
Yeah, I got it on here. I'll send it in just
Hell
a second.
yeah.